We are currently living through the most successful colonial project in history. But this time, they did not come for your land. They did not come for your resources. Crazy part is they came for the last 10 inches of territory that actually belong to you, the space between your ears. Think about it. In 2026, we don't form opinions anymore. We download them. We see a headline about a crisis, and within seconds, we have adopted a pre-packaged stance, one that was likely engineered by an algorithm to keep us angry, scrolling, and divided. We have outsourced our logic to the algorithm of anxiety. Most of you guys might be thinking about digital detox that I'm talking, but no, this is not about digital detox. It is about the death of independent mind. If you cannot think for yourself, you are just a ghost in someone else's machine. Today, we're going to reclaim that territory that lies between our ears. In my recent book, and in our talks about the Middle East or the Indian subcontinent, we often discuss the map. We talk about how powerful men were sitting in rooms they had never entered and drew lines across lands they had never understood. They created identities for millions of people whom they even didn't know, just to make them easier to manage. This is how empires worked. They divide to conquer. But look at 2026. The empire has moved. It's no longer just drawing lines on soil, it's drawing lines in our minds. The algorithm do exactly what the colonial governors did. They categorize you. Are you pro this or anti that? Are you in this room or that chamber? They draw lines to keep us in a state of perpetual conflict because a divided population is a profitable one. The same thing was going on with me actually. And you will notice the more you are watching those and the more you are there, the more divided and more conflicted you feel. Think about the conflicts we see globally. From the streets of Delhi to the borders of Israel, we see people shouting slogans they didn't write, obviously, fueled by anger they didn't choose. We think we are taking a stand, but often we are just performing the role the system assigned to us. We have traded our nuance for a narrative. We have traded our humanity for a hashtag. So the parallel is clear. A mind that is colonized by outrage is no more free than a nation under occupation. Both are being told what to value, who to hate, and where the borders of their thinking should end. They have There is a story about a bird that sang so beautifully the king wanted to own its song. He put it in a golden cage, fed it the finest seeds, and kept it in a room with 1,000 mirrors. Eventually, the bird stopped singing its own song. It began to mimic the sounds of the mirrors, the scratching of the cage, the noise of the palace. It forgot the forest. It forgot the wind. It forgot that it was even a bird. This is us in 2026. Our mirrors are the screen in our pockets. Think about the last time you were in a beautiful place, a mountain, a wedding, a quiet evening with someone you love. Did you feel it? Or did you immediately reach for your phone to capture it, to keep it as a memory? We have been addicts of the external. We don't trust our own memories anymore. We don't trust our own joy unless a like validates it. We are sitting in a room full of people we love, yet we are all miles apart, trapped in cages of our own feet. You might have noticed that in a bus you were sitting and there's a passenger near you and someone ahead of you. You know them, but still you aren't talking. You are watching your phone. It's common nowadays that you know someone, but still don't talk with him or her in public, but you do so on phone. The system discovered that the happy, contented human is a dead consumer. If you are at peace, you don't click. If you are confident, you don't compare. So they manufacture a deficit in your soul. They tell you that you aren't angry enough about this, or you aren't taking a side on that. They keep you in a state of emotional hunger. So you keep coming back to the screen for a crumb of belonging. They haven't just stolen your time, they have stolen your ability still. Every time we choose a hot take over a deep thought, a piece of our independent self dies. We are becoming a generation of echoes. We repeat what we have heard, we feel what we are told to feel, and we wonder why. Despite having all the information in the world, we feel so profoundly empty. The cage is made of glass and light, but it is still a cage. So, how do we break the cage? It doesn't start with a revolution in the streets. It starts with a revolution in your living room. The most radical thing you can do in 2026 is to be bored, to sit in a chair without a screen and just let your mind wander until it finds something original. In an age of constant reaction, silence is a superpower. Reclaiming your mind means choosing depth over distance. Instead of knowing a little bit about 1,000 things that make you angry, try to know everything about that one thing which can make you wise. Read the books that have survived for 100 years, not the tweets that won't survive until tomorrow. Build something with your hands. Talk to your neighbor about the weather before you talk to a stranger about a war. Reconnect with the physical to save the mental. This isn't about going back to the Stone Age. It's about becoming the master of the tool rather than its slave. When you reclaim your independent mind, you become dangerous to the system because you can no longer be manipulated by fear. You start to see the geopolitical parallels for what they are, distractions from our shared humanity. You start to see that the person on the other side of the screen is just as caged as you were. The door to the cage is already open. You just have to decide to fly out. My name is Sham, and I wrote volunteer in Palestine to document the truth of the world. But I make these videos to help us find the truth within ourselves. If you are ready to start thinking again, hit subscribe, put down your phone after this, and just breathe and go out. I will see you in the next one.